Amazing. So I applied for it on the 9th of September 2021. I heard nothing. And then, of all days, 7th of December 2021, which is my birthday, I got an email saying, "Oh, you recently applied for this job. We'd like you to come for an interview." And I was like, okay. And they said it's going to be a virtual interview, like video call. So I was like, okay, fine. Had that. And they then says to me, okay, you've got to the next stage. The next stage is to edit a task. And they gave me a video editing task to do. It's basically like the stuff I do for my YouTube channel. It was literally like that. It was brilliant. It was pretty easy for me. And I did it. I was like, okay, fair enough. And then they says to me, you've got to, send it to us at this deadline, and you've got to have like another chat with us to chat about your editing and stuff. I was like, okay. So I did. And then the day after, I was practicing piano upstairs, and one of the people that interviewed me said to me, "Hi Steff, are you free for a 5-minute phone call?" And I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. Because usually that means that you've got the job when they say that, from experience. I'm just going to check my work computer in case anybody's talking to me. Don't think so, because this is the lunch hour, so I don't think anybody will be messaging me, but I wanted to film this quickly. But long story short, he told me I got the job, and I was like, oh, wow. I was like, this is life-changing. And it was just my mum in the house. My dad was out. I can't remember where he was. I think he was at work or somewhere, or playing tennis or something. I think he was out playing tennis. And it was just my mum, and she was in the bathroom. And I was like, oh my God. And I was stood outside the bathroom. I was like, Mum. And she was like, what? And I says to her, when you're finished in the bathroom, can you come out and talk to me, please? And she was like, okay. She came out, and I was crying my eyes out, and she was just like, let me guess. You've got your hopes up too much, and they've told you that you haven't got the job. And I was like, no, the opposite. And she was like, I was like, I've got the job. And she was like, and we were both looking at each other like we didn't even know what to say, because this journey has been so long and painful for me emotionally. And we were just like, oh my God, we didn't know how to deal with the news, because we're so used to me coming downstairs and being like, I didn't get the job. We were so used to that we weren't even prepared what to even say to each other when the no was a yes, And she was just like, that's fantastic. And after that, we told my dad, and he was like, oh my God. They went a bit quiet for a bit, my parents did, because they were worried. They were like, oh God. So they're like, okay, we'll sort it out. So they've been sorting it out. And today that I'm filming this is the 1st of February 2022. I started the job yesterday, 31st January 2022. And I'm working from home. They've given me a work laptop. It's a MacBook Pro 2020 edition, and it's amazing. And everyone's really nice, really nice. This is just, don't worry about asking for help. Ask for help if you need it. We are fine with that. That is amazing. That is reassuring. Everyone's so nice. So yeah, this video, you're watching it because you want to know more about it. So stick around, watch till the end of the video, because I'm going to tell you all about it. Right. So, I'm doing this from home, but they're going to expect me to be in the office around about 2-ish days a week, 2 or 3 days a week. and their offices are in London. Which brings me on to my next massive, humongous announcement. I'm moving to London. A lot of people get confused. Like, I'll say something on here and then someone will comment and it'll be like completely opposite to what I said. I am moving to London. Just me. Just me. So not my mom or my dad or my dogs. They are staying in this house in my hometown. Okay? So me, I am just going to London to move, which is amazing. And we were looking at flats online on, like, you know, the estate agent websites, and we didn't find anything. And I said to my mum, look, how much can I spend roughly on rent per month? And we were sorting it out, and she told me we sorted it. And one of the days, I had a really free day. Like, I don't usually have free days, but I had a really free day like a week or two ago. And it felt kind of weird. And I was like, oh, and I felt like an inkling to go on these websites and look. And one came up, and to put it simply, it's spot on. It is pretty much spot on for what I need. I'm going to have to make a few sacrifices. So, for example, I can't have pets like how I dreamt of, and I can't even take my plants with me. But it's amazing. So I called them, well, my mum called them, and says, we really want this place. And he says, okay, well, 15 people want it as well, and they're all viewing it today. So if you want it that badly, you have to come up to London and view it today. And we were like, luckily it was pretty early in the day. It was like 12 noon. It was like 12 noon. So we were like, okay. So me and my dad got the train up to London, and then we got an Uber over to the place, viewed it at about 5 p.m. And I was showing around, sort of, you know, and there genuinely were 15 people after it. He showed me on the list, and that proved it. And there was even somebody waiting to view it when we went downstairs from viewing it. So it was crazy. And a few days later, we were told that we got the flat. But they said to me, I had to make a really quick decision. They said to me, if you want it, you have to put in a deposit, a little bit of a deposit, an hour maximum after viewing it. I was like, oh my God. So I had to make a really quick decision. We couldn't even find a restaurant to sit in at the time. We were like, oh my God, because it's London, it's so busy. And we sat down in the restaurant, and I sent this deposit over. And not even that guarantees that you've got it. You know, they could just send it back to you if you don't get it. But then this is, okay, we'll let you know on Monday, which is like a few days away. It was like Thursday at this point. Told me on Monday that I'd got it, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And there's some kind of rent crisis apparently in London at the moment, and I've just bypassed all of that. So thank you, universe. They know how hard I've worked for this. They know. Today, I was given access to Dragon's Den's YouTube channel. Like, I can click on here, customize channel, and manage videos. Like, I can upload on Dragon's Den's official YouTube channel that has 446,000 subscribers and 314,475,215 views overall on the channel. And I manage it, and and for Snapchat, and I'm not allowed to say the other one yet, I don't think, but I'm not particularly emotional right now. If I filmed this a few days ago, I would be sobbing, absolutely sobbing. There's not been a day or night that has gone by where I haven't cried tears of joy that I've got this job. Or like to my close family and friends during the time where I didn't have a proper media job and I was working in retail, they know that I would say to them, when they ask me how I am, I say to them, honestly, I hurt so much inside. And that's what I would say. I'd be like, I hurt so much inside. And my friends would be like, oh, we know, just keep trying. And I worked at HMV, and yes, I love HMV so much. But the HMV store I worked at before the one I work in now, gave me such a hard time. And you've heard all about this if you've watched my autism and employment videos that I've done. It's like a series that I do. The cinema, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't. I've had a really hard time. And in school, I had a really hard time as well. So to get to this point where I'm like doing all these things, like it means everything to me. Absolutely everything to me. So like, I finally get to tell people, like when people say, what do you do for a living? I can't get away from that. I couldn't even step into a taxi and they'd be like, what do you do for a living? And I'd be like, geez, ask me something else, geez. And I'd be like, oh, I work at the cinema and HMV. And they'd be like, oh, well, and it's like it wasn't good enough for them and they'd want me to like talk about, oh, but what do you actually want to do? Oh, and I would go to like family gatherings and I wouldn't even like, I would only just sit down, like I'd only just sit in a chair and someone would be like, what do you do for a living? And I'd be like, geez, all right, well. And it's just, sorry to say, but some of the comments I've had from friends and family about my previous unemployment situation, so cruel, like just wanting to dig at me, just so cruel, just like, oh, well, think you're going to live with your mum and dad forever, aren't you? And oh, this and oh, just not being nice to me. And it wrecked me as a person. Like I was struggling inside for so long. Even like when I was with my ex, whenever we were alone and the camera was off, I would sob my eyes out and she would be like, what's the matter? And I'm like, I'm desperate for a proper job. It's what I want more than anything in the world. I want a job more than I want a relationship, more than I want anything. The only thing that goes above my job as a priority is health. Everything else, I'm just like, no, my job comes first. The only thing that would come first above my job is health and well-being. So if my family were really ill or something, or an emergency or anything, that's what would come above my job, but nothing else would. A relationship, no. Nothing. Because the dream is to have a proper fulfilling career, which is what I'm going to have through this. It's only my second day, so it's really easy at the moment. But I'm so lucky. And the people are so nice as well. And the things they're teaching me already are so beneficial and amazing. And stuff I've wanted to know for years, ever since I started doing media at GCSE and at college. As like a teenager. Like, they work with Sony. This production company worked with Sony. And like some of the biggest names in entertainment. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I feel like I've won the lottery. People asked me, what do you want 2022 to feel like? And I was saying triumphant. And I'd watch people on TV, winning game shows, winning shows, you know, like I'd watch people go through that amazing moment that changes their lives, and I was just like, I'm desperate for that to happen to me. But now it's my turn, you know. It's my turn, finally. Finally my turn. I graduated university when I was 21 years old, and now I'm 26 years old. It took that long. And I'll tell you why it took so long. Because I needed to learn the things that were going to help me to grow and progress as a person. So the people that were put in my life were put in my life to teach me these things, to equip me for what I thought I was ready for, that I wasn't ready for, that I actually am ready for now. You know, I applied for jobs in London before, but it was never the right time in my life. This time is the right time. And I'm aware that this video is too long, so I apologise. But thank you so much for sticking around to the end if you have. Feel free to comment, of course, if you want to congratulate me, or if you have a question, then leave it in the comment section down below. And I'm gonna get on to working my job now. Wow, yeah, I'm gonna work from home sometimes, which is my hometown at my parents' house, and I'm gonna work from London sometimes. So you'll see all the London vlogs that are gonna come out soon. Or if you're watching this at a later date, then look out for some London vlogs. And God, wow. See you in another video. Bye.